ビジターセンター。
Hello.
He was our third president and brand new president when this school geography. And here's a map of the Indiana Territory. So all of this in green was the Indiana Territory in 1801. Where today the states of Indiana, Illinois, some of Michigan, Wisconsin, and a chunk of Minnesota. The capital, Vincennes, was right here. And it made a pretty good capital because it was centrally located to where most of the settlers lived. So most settlers lived here. Though you had all this land, most of the settlers just lived right here. So Vincennes made a good capital because it was centrally located where the settlers lived.
Okay, makes sense.
Now, one of the reasons that most of the settlers lived here was that it was a little too dangerous to move up in here. Too dangerous because it wasn't empty of people, just not settlers.
Is it original one?
Yeah, well, that's a photocopy. But that's his handwriting. Yeah. That's his handwriting from 1811. He was still in his 20s.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he was governor of the territory.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he wasn't even, I don't think he was quite 30 yet, at least when he first started.
Yeah.
Interesting thing about Vincennes and the territory is that for a little over 1 year, Vincennes was capital over the Indiana Territory and the new Louisiana Territory.
Louisiana.
Yeah, which would have been all here.
Yes.
So because of that,
Yes.
Vincennes, we say, is the only town or city in the United States to be capital over more land in the continental United States than any other city except for Washington, D.C., which is the federal capital.
Reach out to the Indiana.
That's really cool.
He was the first printer in the Indiana Territory. He came up here from Kentucky at the age of 21 and started his first print shop. He created the first newspaper in the Indiana Territory, the Indiana Gazette. Now this is real. This is a real printing press, built in the early 1800s, built in Philadelphia. It still works today. I'm not allowed to use it any longer. Yeah. An antique now, but it would still work. If you look over here, you can see some of the ink stains on the what they call the tympan there. And I'll show you now how to make a newspaper in the early 1800s. So first we start out, take all this off of here. We start out with our imposing stone, and this is called our chase. So this is our frame, a chase. You're gonna lay it down on here, and we're gonna pretend to build our newspaper here.
Heavy.
So we need to get our type. To get our type out, we use a type stick. We put our letters in there, right? Build our words and everything. To get our letters, we have to go to our type case. The most fascinating article out of this particular paper comes from New York City about a month earlier. And it tells the reader that Burr and Hamilton have this morning fought a duel. General Hamilton is wounded, and it is said mortally. That he is wounded there can be no doubt. But of the nature of the wound, I know nothing. He now lies in the neighborhood of the state prison. So this is an article about the infamous duel between Aaron Burr, who was the vice president of the United States, and Alexander Hamilton, who was one of our founding fathers and leader of the other political party. And they had a duel where they pointed guns and shot each other, and Hamilton dies.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Good business.
Yeah,
Kind of.
So that was,
Right.
you know, we complain about it today. But
Yeah.
the problem is it's always been that way.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Media always jumps to one political.
政治の話やったな。途中で迷子やったな。私
まあでも面白かったな、法案出してきた時にさ、3分の2以上あればさ、可決できるんやけどさ、
そのあれやろ、
そう
ハリソンがブーッつったら
言ったらもうブーなんやな。
ブーッつってそうだから意味ないよねって思わんだ、はっきり言って。
まあでも今はさ、でも3分の2以上の可決があったらさ、そのままいけるからいいから。
そうそうそう、だからそれで多分うまくいかんだから
昔なんてさ、そういう意味は独裁政治だよな、こういうの。
完全にな、ここがハリソンの
やっぱな、インディアン州。
そうそうそう、ここに住んどったと。
あ、でもか。
フリービルディングって言うとったけど、どうやろな、時間が決まったよね。
あ、だからないね。
そうだから、この橋を渡ったらイリノイ、何川？
ワバッシュリバー。
デニッシュみたいな名前やな。
あいつはリンカーンメモリアルブリッジって言って。
ああ、なんか Google マップ載っとった。やっぱこれ独立戦争のやつやから大砲が置いてある。
ちっちゃい。
ナショナルパークサービス。
サービスってなんか券使えるの？
ああ、でも入場料とか何もかからんからさ、ここは多分
そうな。
分からん、行ってみよう。
とりあえず入ってみる。